So it would appear that the problem of cheating inside F1 22 is becoming rather more of not just a small niche issue into more of an epidemic at the moment. I think it's finally time, a lot more people are talking about it now. Codemasters, EA, there desperately needs to be something fixed for F1 23. Of course, this issue is exclusively on the PC format, but with crossplay and things like that nowadays, it desperately needs to get looked into. There's been 2 high-profile cases in the last week or so, and it just seems to be getting worse and worse. And I think content creators, F1 esports drivers, everyone is getting a bit fed up with it. This guy tweeted out, talking to Jarno Opmeer and a few of the other F1 esports drivers. You can see, unfortunately, going to have to zoom in horrendously because however this guy recorded this was not very good. You can see on board with a lap with a Ferrari car there. Takes a huge chunk of curb, which any of you that play F1 22 will know is not the line to take through the loop at Silverstone. The rest of that lap, though, was still able to put him what would have been 10th. He also says he's so clear, which I think is phenomenal as well. But yeah, that lap, despite that huge error that should have cost him about 2-3 tenths, still left him what would have been 10th on the F1 esports grid. It's kind of insane. Of course, we all have seen as well, I'm sure, the clip of Tim Marduk in the F1 Creator Series there, with quite a high-profile case of a guy that cheats and bins it on the final lap of a 100% race as well on F1 22. Now, it's becoming a bigger and bigger issue. And unfortunately, of course, it also means that other drivers, of course, we've seen, for example, Lucas Blakely, Thomas Ronha are both been called out for cheating. Personally, I don't believe either of them have. I'm just going to go on the record and say that. But it is such a big issue nowadays that really anyone can call out anyone at this point. Now, the real problem with it is just how easy they are to access. You can literally go online. Of course, I'm not going to link it or anything like that. But you can just buy F1 cheats nowadays, and of course you can see there's different tiers for it, there's different perks. Personally, I don't really understand why you would cheat on F1. The scene isn't big enough yet, I think, for most people, that you're going to get your return on investment on your 85 euros and things like that. And of course, ultimately, if you do cheat and you get caught, that's you done. With F1 esports, if you wanted to try and make it to the top of the scene, you're done forever, for good. It's all over, and whether you think you can come back under a new account, people tend to find out quite quickly as well. So it's desperately something that needs fixing. I don't think it'll come into play for F1 22. Luckily, of course, things like what EA have done with the all-new F1 tools online, through Codemasters' website where you can analyze your own stuff, has made things a bit better on the crackdown, but it's still a very, very big issue that desperately needs to get fixed sooner rather than later. F1 23, we desperately need that anti-cheat.